They looted Gay Street and they tore all those stores up. The department stores, like oh God, Epstein's and Goldberg's, the 5 and Dime store, all of it. Wasn't nothing down there.
No.
Why did they tear them up?
I guess out of anger and frustration. And just like how hard it was to find a loaf of bread, a quart of milk, a dozen eggs. You know, you couldn't even get the essentials.
That's true.
You couldn't get nothing.
What, the stores was closed?
And well, people went in and looted them, and what they didn't take to their house, they just destroyed and threw it all over the place. They was turning over shelves and just tearing
things up, just to be busting them up, and they saw the enjoyment in it. They just, you know, giggled and laughed like, you know, this is the right thing to do.
And they hurt us for, they did hurt us for a long while.
Yeah.
God, I know it was probably about 4, maybe 5 years.
And they did destroy things so much. Some of the buildings had to be torn down and went out of business. I remember I had a layaway for furniture, and they tore that store up so badly, I just lost my money. I couldn't even, and wasn't nobody, you know, to repay me back because the store went out of business because it destroyed the store.
Did it relocate or anything?
No.
That must have been Furniture Fair, wasn't it?
It was on Greenmount Avenue, that's all I know.
I thought it was Furniture Fair.
And that was a good furniture store to get furniture from?
Yeah. Especially when you was young and trying to start out on your own. They had layaway, and you can keep it on layaway until you finish paying for it. And I had went and laid away me, you know, furniture so I can move.
You can get
on my own
rooms for $999.
I think it was cheaper than that during those days. and I just loved that furniture. I couldn't wait till I got it out and then moved to be on my own. And I was almost finished paying for it. And it went out of business. It just destroyed the store, that's all. It wasn't no more store.
Oh.
It destroyed it. And I couldn't even get my money back.
Because you had, like, little grocery stores in the neighborhood that would give credits and stuff like that?
Yeah.
And those stores got tore up, too?
Yeah.
Well, in our neighborhood, the one, a couple of them did, but one store didn't. That store was black-owned and operated.
In Geneva.
And she wound up moving and eventually she moved from one corner to the other corner where one of the buildings had been destroyed.
Yeah, and they tore that one down.
She's been there for 40 years.
Is she still there?
Yeah. Maybe you should interview her.
She don't be in there that much.
But I know she would do it for her. She would do it.
And that's a store that's around here?
Yeah, it's right down the street.
Right down the street. She was on one corner, and when the riot destroyed, because it was a bar, her store was on Asker Street corner, and the bar was on Hope Street corner. They destroyed the bar that Friday night. I'll never forget it. They went in there, she was running out with liquor, throwing chairs and all that stuff.
Breaking windows.
Yep. And then I think 3 or 4 months,
beer,
maybe 6
like
months
draft
later,
beer scooting out the window.
She
it busted it, honestly. It busted it down.
Whoa, well, this was real destructive area.
Yes, it was.
This was real destructive.
Yes, it was.
Area of our life. Where, like, everything was tore up and tore down and everything like that. How long did it take for it to get built back up?
A long while.
Or did it ever get built?
No, it didn't. Because we had the Arundels, which it was, you know, mostly for white. And then they started eventually letting blacks come in to sit down to eat. You could eat and then get ice cream as well. That was on Harper Road. And they tore that up. That it never got built back up. They destroyed that, tore that down. Then we had one grocery store where all the blacks in the neighborhood shopped there. Tore that up. That you couldn't even, they never built that back up. They tore that down too.
So that's where the Rite Aid, the Rite Aid stand at now.
And the drugstore and 5 and 10 cent store.
Yeah.
All that was on that same block.
But you know what was funny though? Chinese man had the black owner operator sign up when they came in there. He said, "Be sold, brother, too." That was during the time James Brown was saying, came out and said loud, "I'm black and I'm proud."
Yeah.
So you saying that it was a Oriental man had a store?
The
Chinese store.
He said he was a soul brother too.
And he put a black scarf in his window as well.
I really think they did get one black-owned business though. Didn't they get the record shop, Green Record Shop?
Yeah.
That was a black-owned business that they got.
But they did relocate. They moved down on Old Town Mall. They down there, still down there today.
Yeah, I ain't know that.
No, I think they're closed now.
The sun dried the transit bus. The sun dried the transit bus.
Well, this has been pretty interesting, sitting down here, and I thank you very much for this history, coming right from your mouth, because you saw it, and that's what I needed. And so I thank you.
Felt it as well.
And felt it as well. You felt it too, Mr. J?
Yeah, I just remember my mother telling us, "Y'all going out, y'all going out," making us stay in the house. We got our chance to get out there.
I felt it because I had an infant, and I told you it was very hard after everything was over with to find, you know, the milk and food that I needed to feed my family.
Yes.
So that's why it was hard for me.
Yes, ma'am. Well, today is a different day, a different time, and I want to thank you very much for just helping me take a little piece of this and just setting it out there in space. Y'all have a good day, and thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you, and thank you.